How do we maintain our center? Just keep right here being, instead of caught up in phantasmagoria. To call it all this stuff, the lights, the whistles, the and because we're all pleasure seekers. We desire happiness and pleasure and love, and so therefore, by keeping us fixed on the desire for that, then somehow not accepting or knowing that we are the pleasure, that love of God is supreme pleasure for the soul. That means that love of self, but I'm thinking self as super self, that we all have in common. And yet we're all individuals and all different, which makes for infinite variety. And that variety is always the spice of life. That is the really what's in store for us when we, all of us, stay in our center, being who we really are, rather than following the commands of the mind, the beliefs, the thoughts, you might call it the hypnosis. And in a sense, how a person gets hypnotized is because they agree to. And they turn their will over, or their choices over, or whatever, to someone else. And this would be what we can do in all areas of our lives. And then we leave our center and we put them in the center, that they're our God, or they're our source, or I have to believe what they tell me because they're going to tell me the truth, which we don't know that. But you do know the difference between truth and false. And you feel it and you know it. That is real truth. It resonates so good and it feels so good deep inside. And we all have that in common. And how we maintain ourselves and stay in that is by not participating in what we do not want in our lives. We don't have to be there. We don't have to participate in it. We don't have to play the game. We don't have to do the battle. We don't have to fight this and that and this and that. It's like, but do not be afraid of pain. Do not be afraid of all of that, because when we focus only on the positive, what we do is we then get only the negative in that sense. And so you want to rise above positive and negative, value judgments. These are numbers, this is symbols, this is all this stuff that this, in a sense, simulation is made from, when we are real and not a simulation. And we are feeling beings. And they're thought form beings somehow that take form in our minds. And the brain is made of liquid crystal, and with your own light emanating through, that brings out into manifestation whatever it is that is being held then in sense in the mind, or using that mind for. So when you understand you're not a mind, you have a mind, but you also have divine mind, which is who you really are. And that divine mind is keeping your mind focused on just being. And how do we keep doing that? Get it tuned into nature. Use your breathing to bring you right into the moment. Look at where you are. Touch things. You see, everybody wants to be somewhere else, or they're in the past or the future, whatever it is, hoping it's going to get better. Something's wrong with you. You got to fight this, fight that. Wait. We're talking about you and who you really are. And that's what's important. All this other stuff is temporary, comes and goes. Why would you let anything on the outer world make you feel any way at all, other than love, compassionate love, unconditional? For you see who everyone is and what is at the heart of all, the divine. I call Mother, Father, God, our source, our parents, our friends, our loved ones. Yes. And living entities are everywhere, beyond everywhere. And in some phenomenal way, beyond anything we could conceive of, we are equal, different. We are beloved. We can be anywhere we choose simply by just being there right now. Yeah. That's how you do it. And then do it again, and then bring your awareness into everything you're doing and where you are. And keep yourself centered. And notice where you get your goat. Somebody gets your goat. You react. You da-da-da. If these things are happening, you got a hot spot there. You got, what is showing you is that there's somewhere you're not accepting love. And if we're not accepting it, we're not giving it either. So what is gifting? What is abundance? What is sharing? You know, there's that deep fear of being alone. And isolated. And that's not ever true. That's just a belief. It's impossible. There is something so beyond what we maybe realize, but we know is there because that's why we've been seekers. Because we know that there's something there, but the seeking must be within. To know yourself, be yourself, know your God. And express that wherever, because then it's you being through your work, your song, your dance, your relationship. See? And people have a core belief they can't be happy. They lose everything that's important. They go, all these things, they're just beliefs. And then we believe them, we give them energy, and then what happens? That's how we create our future from the past. Let it all go. What would be an absolute truth? You are absolute. You're not even a relative. Be the highest thought possible would be like God or the total. I don't know, but you know what? It's just a thought. If you stay here, breathe, be in the moment, be in the now, be you, look at where you are, notice. Now, recall a time of great love. Feel it. Open yourself to the love.